Anyway, the next day I get up and I look in the mirror and my tooth is about 20 to 30% straighter. Gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Now this video is about my teeth. It sounds so strange, right? But normally I wouldn't make a video about my teeth, but something really out there and crazy and just something I didn't expect happened to me last week in regards to my teeth, and I'm going to tell you about it because I know it's going to help some people out there. So let me go back just a little bit. So about maybe 8 months ago, something like that, a gentleman called Terry that I had the pleasure of meeting when I was over in Ukraine one time, and he had the worst teeth. Like, they were so bad. And they were twisted, they were falling out, the bone was missing, his jaw was like disintegrating. It was like some sort of, I don't know, hereditary problem or something like that, and they were bad. So Lou and I took it upon ourselves to try and get his teeth fixed. Now, it was like, I don't know how many procedures, I lost count, like maybe 12 or something procedures, drilling and screwing things out, and they replaced part of his jaw, like the skull, I don't know what you call it, the jaw with bone grafts. They put like more titanium into his face than Lieutenant Dan's legs, and it was and in the end, man, he looked 10 years younger. Like, I was so stoked for him, you know. It was just such a, it made us feel good, but I knew how good he felt and how much more confident he felt. Now, I've always wanted to get my teeth fixed. I also have kind of crooked teeth, and you may not notice because I kind of try and hide it sometimes. But it's always been a problem, and it's hereditary. It's going to get worse. My father has it, my sister has it. It's just a real, I see in their faces like what my teeth are going to look like. So when I looked at doing this back home, it was about $8,000 to $10,000 to get them with these things and straightened up, and it was going to take about 1.5 to 2 years of wearing these clear braces inside my mouth. So I didn't go ahead and do it. So anyway, I end up in Ukraine. And I go to several dentists, and they say, yeah, same sort of thing, same procedure. It's going to take 18 months, and it's going to cost you about $1,500 to $2,000. So it's a lot less, right? So I was pretty stoked with that. So this was just before the lockdown. I went and got like a 3D X-ray scan thing of my face, and lo and behold, they find this like magic hidden tooth that nobody ever picked up before. Back in my home country, I would get x-rays once a year. Nobody ever saw this magic tooth that was hidden inside my jaw. So they say you got to get it removed. And it's like, you know, they have to cut it out. I saw the procedure on YouTube, how they get rid of it, and it's like, I can't even stand when I hear someone biting ice. The sound of someone biting ice, or the chalk nails on the chalkboard. So the fact they would have to like cut my tooth down the middle, because it's sideways, of course, down the middle, and then split it, and then break it and pull it out, and it's inside the jaw. So I wasn't looking forward to it. So anyway, the quarantine opens back up, and we go and take a look, and go to another orthodontist, and he's really good, and he says, no, I don't really want to do it, because, and he shows me the CAT scan thingy, whatever it is, the 3D scan thing, I don't know what you call it, and it's like got a nerve like going, like it's grown through it. And he says, if we take it out, there's a good chance that you will be drooling and stuff like that, which obviously it's not ideal for the rest of my life to be doing that and having a numb face. So I was feeling a little bit bummed about that. I thought, there's no way that they can straighten my teeth without taking this out. I have to look forward to having crooked and more crooked teeth as I get older. Anyway, Luba saw my pain. And Luba went to find a solution for my crooked tooth, right? It's actually this tooth here, this one in the front. And she found this guy, right? And she told me about him, and I was like, okay, well, we've got nothing to lose. It's last ditch hope, I suppose. Anyway, we go in there, and there's no customers in there. There's just like 4 staff, like kind of looking at us, walking through the door and putting the things on our shoes to keep the place clean. And we sit down in the chair, and he looks at my tooth, and he says, yeah, okay, we can straighten that up. He showed me some pictures on the TV of similar teeth that were now straight. I was thinking, okay, this is looking pretty good. What about the tooth? What about the magic tooth hidden inside my jaw? He says, don't worry about that tooth. Like, what we're going to do is not a problem. And I say, okay then, how long will it take for the tooth to go from before and after? And he says 2 months. I'm looking at Luba and I'm like, 2 months? It's like 18 months everywhere else. Okay, well let's just humour this, right? Let's go along with this guy, like is he even a real dentist? And he kind of reminded me, I suppose, a little bit of the lawyer of The Simpsons. Actually, I exaggerate. It wasn't that bad, but it was a very clean clinic and everything was professional and everything like that. But it was just strange that this guy could do it in 2 months, right? Okay, and he says, and I say, well, okay, so how much is to do this? And he says, $200. And I'm thinking, what, for the appointment and what? It's an expensive consultation, but for the whole thing, to straighten my front tooth would take 2 months and $200. So I say, okay, this seems really strange, right? So anyway, we go outside. I'd say to Luba, let's go and have a chill out for 10 minutes. So Luba talks to her friend who is a dentist, and her dentist knows who this guy is and says, no, all the dentists know who he is and they don't like him. They're not happy with like what he provides, right? Man, I'm like, can you understand how torn I am between getting this done? And also the dentist that we were with, when we said, when can we get it done? And he said, now. Like, we can do it now, like while I'm in the chair. Like, I don't even have to get out of the chair. I can sit in the chair and my tooth is on its way. So anyway, we go back in and we say like, why does it take 18 months? Why are these people saying it takes 18 months? And what he says actually makes so much sense. He said, because these companies like Invisalign and these other ones, they drag it out as long as possible to straighten your tooth. So the way that these clear mouth guards work is you wear them full time, and they create a series, maybe one every 3 weeks, and the first one looks like your teeth now, the last one looks like how your teeth want to actually be. So over the space of this from point A to point B, you're putting in a new mouth guard that's slowly getting a bit more straighter, and by the end of it, it's perfect. He's basically saying that all those mouth guards you don't need, but if they were to do it in like 2 months, they wouldn't make nearly as much money. And it makes sense, right? It's like the concept of like Weight Watchers Jenny Craig, right? That you buy this food that controls your weight slowly going down, and they tell you it's better for you. It's more sustainable, it's better for you. Because of course they did it, and if you lost the same weight in a quarter of the time, they'd make a lot less money. So I get that. So I say to him, okay, what have we got to lose, right? Really, like, I mean, he's not gonna pull the tooth out. He's going to just do some quick procedure that takes 15 minutes. So anyway, I say, let's do it. So I sit in the chair, and this is what they do. They take a piece of string, they use this headphones, and they stick this piece of string in between my middle tooth, like this. And then because my tooth actually teeth are supposed to be like that, but it's kind of like that and out, like that, if that makes sense. And it's getting worse, like over the last 2 years, it's exponentially going like this. So he puts a piece of string in between here, if you can imagine it, and he puts pressure on it. And I guess there's a bit of movement, right? So he pulls it like this. Then he welds what seems to be a thin metal piece of wire, like a bar. And he puts some glue on one, he pulls it over, sticks the bar in, glues the other one. So he's pulled it under tension, if that makes sense. Hopefully I've explained that well. But he's pulled it under quite a lot of tension. That's it. Go home. Tooth feels fine, like it feels like it's been banged, like it's bruised, like this, but it's nothing bad. I can still eat, it's fine. Anyway, I'm thinking 2 months. Yeah, okay, sure. And I was kind of thinking that after 2 months, he'd say, oh, it's going to be another 3 months or another something like that, whatever. Anyway, the next day I get up and I look in the mirror, and my tooth is about 20 to 30% straighter. And I can't believe it. I'm thinking there's no way that this is working, because it coming out like that, it was pulled hard against there and it was in a bit. It's not quite perfect. Well, I mean, it's far from perfect, but it's so much better. I'm stoked. I rang Luba. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. Luba thinks that I'm making it up and I'm just seeing things. She started telling me that when she had her braces, she was always hallucinating that they're straighter. But it's straighter, like it definitely is straighter. And this happened about a week ago. And over that week, it's got straighter and straighter to the point now where the wire that's in the back is like I can almost kind of fit my tongue behind it, whereas before it was tight. So I'm guessing that it's got kind of slack. So I have to go back in and, what's the date? I don't know, in a week or something like that, he's going to take that one out. He's going to put another one in. I go back 2 weeks later and then I put another one in. And the whole thing all up is going to cost me $200. It cost me, I think, $65 to do the first one in the consultation. And if my tooth was like this beforehand, how it is now, I probably wouldn't even bother about the procedure because it's actually all right. You can see it or not. It's just dropped down a bit. I don't know how they stop it, how they push it back up. Maybe they just get an angle grinder and just zip across the front of them. But I don't know. But I wanted to share this story with you guys because I know that a lot of guys want to get their teeth fixed, and they look at some other countries where it's cheaper. And the fact that we just kind of randomly, out of sheer chance, because of this one tooth that had a nerve in it, we found this guy that nobody seems to know about, except the dentists who say don't go to him because he does a bad job. That we've kind of found him. Now, I'm not going to tell you that. People are going, what's the name? What's the name? You're probably checking the description. I'm not going to tell you the name until this is fixed, because I don't want anyone to go there and it turns to shit and they go, Striker from Heart Rocket, he told me to go there and it didn't work. So I'm going to wait till this is straight, and then I'm going to make another video about who they were. And they're not paying me anything or anything like that. I mean, you're only paying them $200. But if you can get one tooth straightened for $200, I think it's huge. If you were coming over to Ukraine to date some ladies over here, and you came for like 6 weeks, that's like 2 procedures over that space of time that you can get your tooth straightened. I don't know, for me it sounds pretty good. I'm going to get my bottom ones done if this one works out. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. I didn't realize that this video was going to go so long. I thought it was like 2 minutes, but I want you guys to understand how fucking cool this is. I really do, and I really do hope that some of you guys out there with like teeth, it's about insecurities. That's the reason why we did these videos on teeth. It's about trying to fix some insecurities that you have to make you feel more confident, because when you're confident and you can smile as opposed to hiding, like your smile's like Terry did, you exude this confidence and it's attractive for a woman. So it all relates back to some form of dating, but take a look at it anyway, and definitely subscribe to the channel because I'll do an update after this next procedure. I'll see you guys next time.